In my family, women do not grow old. We disappear at 25. That was not something anyone ever said out loud. It was something we knew. The way a child knows not to touch fire even before being born. My grandmother died at 25. My aunt followed 2 years later, just 3 months after her own 25th birthday. My mother survived, but she became a woman who feared silence. And then there was me. My name is Nkiru. I was born facing the moon. That is what my mother told me on my 24th birthday. Her voice thin like a thread stretched too tight. You didn't cry, she said. You just stared straight at the sky. I laughed it off then. I had learned to laugh whenever my mother grew quiet. Laughter was easier than asking questions she would never answer. We lived far from the village now. The city had swallowed us. Noise, traffic, ambition. I had a job, a lover, and plans that did not include returning to a place that smelled of damp earth and old stories. Yet every full moon, something tugged at me. Not fear, not curiosity, memory. I would stand by my window, heart heavy for no reason, listening to the night wind as if it were trying to remind me of a language I once spoke. Each time my phone would ring, my mother, "Are you indoors?" she would ask. "Yes, Mama." "Good. Don't follow the moon." She never explained what she meant. 3 months before my 25th birthday, my mother fell ill. Not the kind of illness hospitals understand. She grew weak, listless, eyes always searching corners of the room. One night, she grabbed my wrist with a strength that startled me. "You have to go back," she whispered. "Back where?" "The river." The word hit me like a stone dropped into still water. I hadn't been to the village in 10 years. I told myself the river was just water. That story were just stories. But my body betrayed me. My chest tightened, breath uneven. Still, I went. Some journeys are not chosen. They rise inside you and refuse to be ignored. The river had not changed. It curved gently through the village, quiet and patient. Its surface reflecting the sky like a moon that had seen too much. Children no longer prayed there. Elders no longer fetched water after dusk. People passed it quickly, eyes lowered, as though greeting an old enemy they dared not provoke. On my first night back, I dreamt of women. They stood by the river bank, faces hidden, hair loose, bodies wrapped in white clothes. None of them spoke, but I knew them. They were mine. I woke up with tears on my cheeks and wet footprints outside my window. She came to me on the 4th day, bent with age, eyes sharp as truth. "You are late," she said. I didn't know I was expected. She smiled sadly. "None of you ever do." We sat beneath a tree older than memory. She spoke slowly, as if unearthing bones. "Long ago," she said, "the women of my bloodline made a promise. They asked the river for protection, fertility, peace, surviving during war. The river agreed, but every gift demands balance. When fear replaced faith, when silence replaced truth, the promise became a curse passed from mother to daughter. Not breath, not death. Disappearance. Why only women? I asked. Because women remembered, she said, and memory is powerful. That night, my mother confessed everything. She had survived because she ran. She broke the circle by living, but in doing so, she left the wound unhealed. Running saved me, she cried, but it did not save you. I realized then the river was not angry. It was waiting for someone brave enough to return, not with fear, not with sacrifice, but with truth. On the night the moon became full, the village fell into a strange stillness. No dog barked, no insect sang. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. I did not carry a lantern. I did not wrap myself in white clothes. I did not come with elders or chants or fear the way my foremothers had. I came as I was, barefoot. Each step towards the river felt like walking into a memory that did not belong to me alone, but lived inside my bones. With every breath, faces passed through my mind, women I had never met, yet somehow knew. Their laughter, their grief, their silence. The silence. By the time I reached the water, my chest ached. The river lay before me, wide and unassuming, reflecting the moon in a long silver path. It did not roar or threaten. It waited, patient, unjudging. For the first time in my life, I understood something clearly. The river had never demanded our lives. It has demanded our presence. I knelt at its edge, the cold earth seeping into my skin. My mother was afraid, I said softly. She ran because she wanted to leave. The water stirred gently, and I do not blame her, I continued. Fear is heavy. Silence is easier to carry than truth. My voice trembled, but I did not stop. We turned memory into prison. We taught our daughters to disappear instead of teaching them to understand. The moonlight brightened, as though leaning closer. I placed my hand into the river. It was cold, but not cruel. I am here, I said, tears slipping freely now, not to beg, not to offer myself, but to listen. The river dipped outward, slow and deliberate, as if breathing with me. For generations, we came to you with fear, I whispered. Tonight, I came with honesty. I closed my eyes, and in that silence, I felt it, the losing of something old and not. A soul carried too long, a promise finally understood. I choose to remember, I said, and I choose to stay. The water lapped gently against my fingers, then stilled. The moon remained, and for the first time, I felt no pull, no only peace. Morning arrived quietly. The sky softened from deep indigo into pale gold, and the village woke as though from a long, troubled sleep. I remained by the river until the sun rose fully, watching light dance across its surface. The water looked clearer than I remembered, not because it had changed, but because I had. When I returned home, my mother was sitting up in bed. She looked at me, really looked at me, as though seeing her daughter without the shadow of fear for the first time. You went, she said. Yes, I replied. Her shoulders sagged, and she began to cry. Not the sharp, frightened tears of before, but the kind that come when a burden finally finds the ground. I thought I saved you by running, she said. I didn't know I was leaving the wound open. You survived, I told her gently. That mattered too. Later that day, the old woman came again. She studied my face and nodded once. It is done, she said simply. Nothing dramatic happened. No celebration, no ritual. And yet, everything had shifted. Days passed, then weeks. Women fetch water without fears. Girls laughed by the riverbank in daylight. The air felt lighter, as though something unseen had finally exhaled. Then came my birthday, 25. I woke up breathing easily. No shadows followed me. No poo tugged at my chest. The world did not demand that I disappear to prove my belonging. I stepped outside and greeted the sun like someone who had been given permission to remain. Years later, women in my family began to age. Lifelines, gray hairs, long lives. When my daughter asked why we greet the river with respect but no fear, I told her the truth because it remembers us. And now I say it smiling, we remember ourselves. This is the end. Please like, share and subscribe for more timeless stories.